Exercise 12.2 number 1a. Mark all these fractions, decimals and percentages on the correct number line. So here we got the decimals. We'll write down all the decimals. Here we got over here it will be 4.7 0.4. So we'll write all the decimals over here and select all the decimals, and according to the numbers alignment we'll put down the decimals. So over here we got 0.1, so we'll put an arrow and write 0.1. This number will go over here. Then we got 0.25. So 0.25 after 2, in between 0.23 and 0.2 0.2 and 0.3 there is 0.25. Another is next is 0.3. So we already got the point 0.3. We'll just put an arrow and put the number over here 0.3. So this one is done, this one is done, and this one is done. Next is 0.75. So 7, it will be 0 in between 0.7 and 0.8. So 0.75, put an arrow and we'll write down the number, decimal number over here. Last is 0.9. So over here we got 0.9, so we'll put an arrow, we'll put 0.9 over here. This is how we will put the exact, we'll try to put these exact decimals on the right scale. So this is the scale. We'll put, after writing all the numbers over here, we'll put an arrow and we'll write down where which decimal are supposed to be. Same, next we got number B. So over here we have fractions. So fractions is 0 to 1. So in between 0 to 1 there is 1 by 10, 2 by 10, 3 by 10, 4 by 10, 5 by 10, 6 by 10, 7 by 10, 9 by 10, 7 by 10, 8 by 10, 9 by 10, and 10 by 10, which is 1. So over here we'll find out first is 1 by 10. So here 1 by 10. So we'll put an arrow. We'll put an arrow and give write down 1 by 10. Next we got 3 by 10. So here 3 by 10, 9 by 10. Over here we got 9 by 10. So this arrow is supposed to be over here. So 9 by 10 arrow will be over here. Here I'm having some difficulty, so it will be above 9 by 10. So 1 by 10 is done, 3 by 10 is done, 9 by 10 is done, 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is supposed to be in between 2 by 10 and 3 by 10. So 1 by 10, and if we divide 1 by 10, 1 by 4, we get 0.25. So 0.25 is in between this 2 by 10 and 3 by 10. So over here, if we divide 2 by 10, we get 0.2, and if we divide again 3 by 10, we get 0.3. So this is 0.2, this is 0.3, but if we divide 0.1 divided by 4, we get 0.25. So it is between 0.2 and 0.3. It is 0.25 over here in between. So rest of them are done. This was left. So this is supposed to be over here, because if we divide these two numbers, we get in decimal 0.20 or 0.2. Over here if we divide, we will get 0.30, or we can write 0.3 as well. but if we divide 0.4 we get if we divide 1 divided by 4 we get 0.25, so it should be in between, so it will be in middle over here. So we'll mark it and write down the appropriate fraction in the scale. Mark on the scale and write down the appropriate fraction on the scale. Next we got percentage. We got 30, 90, 25, 75, 10. So 10 we got over here already marked, so we will mark over here, put an arrow and write 10%. Next 25%. So 25 we know in between 30 and 20 and 30% in the middle, so here it is 25%. Next is 30%. 30% is already marked, we just put an arrow, write 30% after the 75%, so it will be in between 70 and 80%. 75%. Last is 90%. So 90% we got an arrow, so 90% will be so 90% will be over here. So A, B, C done. Next is number D. Number D and E are both together. Complete the table, write down the equivalent rows. So any one of these will be given. This is an example. So 50% percentage, in fraction it will be 1 by 2, because in fraction we write in simplest form, so it will be 1 by 2, and if we divide 1 by 2 decimal we get 50, so it is half. 1 by 2 is equal to half. So here we'll put a click over here, we'll put a right sign over there, tick whether each trio is less than or equal to or more than half. So this is half, or we already know, so we'll tick in half. Next is 10%. So 10% means in fraction it will be 1 by 10. Here fraction 1 by 10. So here fraction of this 10% is 10 by 100. So if we cancel the zeros in the simplest form we'll get 1 by 10. So if we divide this we'll get decimal 0.1. It is less than half, so we'll tick over here. This is sign less than half, so here we'll tick over here. So this is how we'll do this.